Well, I think first thing I should say is my children are going to be absolutely delighted for the first time ever. I've got more homework this weekend than them. So thank you, Tim, for that one. Welcome, Milan, and welcome to London. Great to have you here. Obviously, the discussion today, we're focusing around modernizing IT without disruption. So I think a really good place for me to start is how is Rocket Software supporting companies in navigating modernization without disrupting particularly core operations?
Thanks, Duncan. Great to be here in London. One of the things we measure here in Rocket Software is our share of happiness with customers and not share of wallet. And let me describe or expand on that. We have been listening very closely to the customers. And if you hear the discussion which was having in the panel around the AI and the data security, there was one thing which was very common, which was data. And that, I think, is very foundational on how we think about if you have a secure data set, then any trend which happened in the industry, you can weather, and not only weather, but also be a market leader in your domain while expanding on your existing investment. So modernization, we believe, is evergreen. So if you look at the technology trends, today we talk about AI. Maybe 5 years ago, it was hybrid cloud, big data. Before that, it was mobile first, cloud first. Before that, it was, really going back to is having a browser. So if you think about every 5 years or so, there is a trend which happens in the IT industry. And you don't want to rip and replace your existing investment if you're a customer, and especially in the highly regulated industries. You want to see how you can manage your existing investment and connect to whatever the trends are. So I'll give a couple of examples on how Rocket Software has helped customers. So when mobile first came out and mobile banking came out, rather than just building an entire data set to everything in cloud or in the on-prem, Rocket helped many of the customers for the mobile online banking. Whenever it connects to, we didn't move the data data stayed on whatever platform it was in, but securely connecting the mobile applications to where the data is, because the data where it was residing had privacy and security built in. And those are the architectures which you want to carry forward for the AI trend. There will be a new trend, and I can guarantee even ChatGPT cannot predict what the next trend is going to be.
So it's basically enabling a very kind of nimble service then, at scale.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what reduces your time to innovate, time to delivery, but more importantly, you have years and years of data privacy and governance built in. You don't want to lose that. You absolutely don't want to lose that.
No, definitely. And what do you think, what role does AI play in addressing some of the main challenges that business face as they're kind of going through this modernization journey?
I think AI is very powerful, and it will further humanize, and we can get more out of the IT systems. So I actually think AI is a good thing in the industry for it can help humanize a lot of the interactions. So the three ones which I'll provide is, I'll unpack these: accelerated autonomy, workforce empowerment, and natural engagement. So let me start with accelerated autonomy. If you're in an enterprise or whether in a hybrid cloud environment, your application is very opaque. What AI brings in one word I can describe it: explainability. Your applications, where they reside, how they operate, why they do, when something goes wrong, you know the what, but you never know the why. So that explainability, I think, is very powerful, and that's going to provide accelerated autonomy in your operations. So that's a good thing. Workforce empowerment. All industries at some point or another have an generational workforce challenge. How do you train the next generation, or how do you train new skill? Actually, we think that AI is going to be very helpful in that workforce empowerment. And the natural engagement, interacting with applications today is very bespoke. And being able to engage with applications in a natural way is actually a good thing. So I think the power of AI is actually to really humanize IT.
Amazing. And how, I guess, like one final question, why do you think it's important for companies to partner with an external provider for modernization needs, particularly, I guess, in sectors where there's risk and compliance like issues or of key consideration?
Yeah, the data privacy and data governance is something which partners like Rocket Software have built their expertise and software solutions over time, and that's a lot of knowledge, which and a lot of solutions around data privacy and governance, which is foundation of why modernization without disruption works. But if you start from scratch or do a plug and play, you expose the data privacy, or you have to relearn everything which was done in the past decade, 2 decades, and 3 decades. And so that leveraging the expertise of a partner who has done in a regulated industry, banking and healthcare, is very important, so you can continue to modernize without disruption.
Amazing. Thank you, Milan. I think we are out of time, but really, really interesting. And obviously to all of the audience, Milan is just here if you've got any further questions later on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Duncan.
Please